So, Callanwolde Fine Arts Center, you are standing in about a 100-year-old house. This was the Candler family house, the founders of Coca-Cola. The founder, his oldest son, raised his family here. So anytime around Atlanta you see like Candler Road or Candler this and that, that's the Coca-Cola family. Just imagine the games of hide and seek growing up in this house where your bedroom as a 7-year-old has a fireplace in it, or just a really beautiful house. The Candlers lived here for about 50 years, and when they passed, DeKalb County acquired the building and the estate, and now the Callanwolde Foundation, which runs the nonprofit, works out of this space in conjunction with the county. So we have a lot going on. As you can see, you all came here for the gallery tonight. Maybe you saw the gardens on your way in, or different classrooms where we have painting and drawing, weaving, darkroom photography, jewelry, blacksmithing, and one of the largest pottery programs in the Southeast.
So I just want to welcome everybody to the Fall 25 member open exhibition for Portrait Society of Atlanta. And Teresa Harris and Lisa Stockdale is here. Where is Lisa?
Counting.
Oh, she's counting. Okay. So we're the co-chairs for the exhibition, and we thank you if you came in from out of Atlanta, because I know it's a drive, and we're just grateful that you're all able to make it here through the traffic. And also, just if you didn't cast your vote for People's Choice, please go and do that. But I want to really thank my great friend Thomas Dengvu and Reach Feng for being the music tonight, because it was really, really And just a little history on Thomas and Chad and I. We went to college at SCAD a little over 30 years ago, and it's so wonderful to have the art friends together, and art is always going to keep creating those friendships and building relationships with communities. So we're really grateful for a location like this as well, that is a nonprofit, because we're also a nonprofit, and we love spreading the word of portraiture and art. So each of us have our own way of interpreting a person when you're given a paintbrush and a canvas. With portraiture, we capture the image of a person in our own style and with a variety of materials. It captures a period in time, the character of a person, and an artist's perspective. Thank you to all our friends and family who encourage us to become artists and who are sometimes the subjects of our art as well. I also want to point out that Winwin and her daughter Sophia are here, and they're both represented in the exhibition, which is really special to have mother and daughter juried into an exhibition, which was very competitive this time. It was just under 200 people actually that put in for the show, and we could accept only 41 pieces. A huge thing. Congrats to all of you who did make it in. I really do. And we know it was a very hard thing to judge too. So we have several new members. If you're a new member, please raise your hand. If you're not a new member, please consider joining. We also have little cards here that can take you to the website, and if you're interested in joining, we'd love to have you. So wanted to also thank our president, Luana Laconi-Winter. She couldn't be here tonight, but she does have a piece in the other room of the woman in the red dress. We have our vice president, Chad Ewalt, here. Chad, can you raise your hand? Thank you, Chad. We have treasurer Holly Hinson here. There's Holly. Rose Payne couldn't be here, she's a secretary, and we have past president Don Meadows, and Margaret Garrett was a past president, she's one of our directors. Ann Bailey was here earlier, and I want to also thank Jessica Lilly. She does our Instagram site, she's really amazing at promoting. A little information passed down to me from Nancy Honey, who's one of the founding members, and she couldn't make it tonight. Oh, Nancy is here. Hi, Nancy. Right on cue. I just wanted to mention that this organization began in 1979, and Nancy was part of this from the early 80s. So she and Suzanne Smith were actually in the beginning of putting on exhibitions for Portrait Society of Atlanta. And they started the first ones the year after it was formed, and it was held at the Francis Aronson Gallery at Phipps Plaza. And they were also, and Phipps Plaza, and they were also members, 4 members for the first 5 years, but then it grew into biannual shows, which is what we have now. This is the open show, and in the spring we have members-only shows. So the online site. So artists back in the 80s had to come in with their art, and they were informed if they were juried into the show or not. So imagine like just showing up to put your art in, and you had to either, the prize was actually getting accepted into the show back then. So by fall 1990, slides were allowed, correct? And you were juried in by slides. And then in the early 2000s, digital images were allowed for submissions. So we've come a long way since the beginning. Portrait Society of Atlanta was created to pull together like-minded artists to share in camaraderie and education while allowing us to grow in fine art portraiture with other artists. The venues continue to be in the greater Atlanta area, and it allows the public to share our love of art and portraiture. We don't always get to have happen, and also come in and personally see the work so that she can judge. So she's a contemporary mixed media portrait artist who lives and works here. In a short period of time, she's become widely recognized through social media for her experimentation with the human form and her skill at interpreting faces in a uniquely elegant and soulful way. She had a business in photography, but she circled back to painting and drawing during the pandemic. Miriam is represented by the Arcadia Gallery in New York City, and she also teaches with Patreon. Miriam, if you want to say anything at any time, you're welcome to. Okay.
I just want to say to everyone, seeing all your work on Show Summit, I was already like, oh my goodness, this is going to be so tough. And then when I got here and had the place to myself to see it and judge it all in person, I was blown away. And thank you guys for all submitting, and it was amazing work. It's really unbelievable to see it all here.
And our first merit award goes to Dan Vogel for EJ. Is Dan here?
What do I do?
Is the portrait on this wall?
Turn around, we'll pin it on you.
Our second merit award goes to Dewayne Alvin Mitchell for Basquiat, but Dewayne is not here tonight, unfortunately. And just to let you know, Dewayne won for our members only show last year, and when you put in, that was his work, if you put in for the competition. So our third merit award goes to Lisa Murphy for Ruth Bader Ginsburg. Third place goes to Linda K. Kirkpatrick for Obsession Cuba, and unfortunately, Linda can't be here tonight. She lives in California. Second place, this person has been awarded 3 times since I've been speaking, and it's Luke Graves for his work, Prayer Board. Since I've been doing exhibitions. I've given him now 3 ribbons, which is amazing. 3 different ribbons. Congratulations. First place goes to Melvin Toledo for Joe, Trinidad and Tobago. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it tonight. People's Choice tonight goes to a very special guy named Price Johnson. I want to thank all of the artists for submitting the work. Thank you for being here to celebrate.